In the previous video, I said that some of the things that Kevin Samuels spoke about, I agree with. A lot of the things he spoke about, I disagree with. 100%, I disagree with his methodology. And I certainly disagree with the hypocrisy that many people are showing when they're putting angel wings on some of the worst people in their lives. But it's not what this video is about. This video is about clarification on methodology and what I agree with. Let me give you an example. When I was a personal trainer and life coach, I had a client. She trained at one of my gyms that was in a corporate office. As we were training, we got to a point where in developing her why she's training, because I need to know why a person wants to change their body and change their life in order to effectively move them in a position where they can do that for the rest of their life and they can maintain it. Well, she pointed out that she wanted a husband. And I was like, well, describe your husband. And there would happen to be a gentleman who was working with her or in the same company that she was enamored with. 6 foot something, well dressed, great shape. And she was 4'11", if that, 230 pounds. And I asked her, and I said, well, let me ask you a question. And this is exactly how I spoke to her. Every time you see him, who do you see him with when you see him with another woman, when he's going out on a date, when he's going on lunch dates? And she was a secretary. He was an engineer. And she would say, well, I always see him going out with some of the other executives or some of the other engineers. And when I see him going on a date, he's with a well-dressed woman in great shape. Look like they really got their life together. And I asked her, I said, okay, so if this is the type of woman that you see this type of man with all the time, do you personify that? Because people have a tendency to be with something similar to them. As a matter of fact, there was a study that was done where people who thought of themselves as an 8 would be attracted to other people who they thought were a 7, 8, or 9. The study was done somewhere in the Netherlands or something like that a long time ago. But I explained to her that if you want someone of that caliber, then you have to measure up to that caliber. It is not a dig on you, but it is more of you have to have realistic expectations. You have to be what you desire. That's an example.